Hi, this is Fazana. Welcome to another video on the Fazmaths channel. In this video, we'll look at higher level probability questions. The questions look tricky, so more logic and thinking realistically is necessary. Make the question come alive. As long as you know the basics of probability, an event followed by another event, you multiply. An event or another event, you add. Let's start. Question 1. An examiner has to attend a meeting in Manchester. The probability of dry weather, rain or snow are, and you've got the various probabilities. If it is dry, the probability that he will arrive in time for the meeting is 4/5. If it rains, the same probability is 2/5, and if it snows, probability he arrives in time for the meeting is 1/10. And we have to calculate the probability that he is late for the meeting. Okay, so you can tell that if it's dry, then the probability he will be late is, and you know the sum of all probabilities is 1, or P equals 1. So the probability he will be late is 1/5. If it rains, the probability he will be late is 1 minus the 2/5, which is 3/5. And if it snows, then the probability he will be late is 9/10. Okay, so the various combinations that enable us to calculate the probability he's late for the meeting is if the probability of dry and late, so dry followed by late, yeah, so that's a half times 1/5. The probability that it rains and he's late is, rains is a third times late is 3/5. And the probability that it snows and he's late is 1/6 times 9/10. Okay, yeah, and because it's or, at the end of the day we're actually going to add. Okay, so you can see if it's something followed by something, you're multiplying, and then if it's that or that or that, then we're adding. Okay, so multiplying fractions is really easy. You just multiply straight across. So 1 times 3 is 3, 3 times 5 is 15, 1 times 9 is 9, divided by 6 times 10 is 60. Okay, let's assume it's a non-calculator paper. So you can see the lowest common denominator for all these is 60. So let's put them all over 60. Times 6 times 6, 60 there. 15 times 4 is 60, so 4 times 3 is 12, and here we just copy it, and then we just add them. So then you've got 6 plus 12 is 18, plus 9 is 27, so you've got 27 out of 60, and we simplify it, so we'll divide them both by 3, so you get 9, and 60 divided by 3 is 20. Okay, yeah, so can you see the question's really wordy, but all you're remembering is the basics, yeah? So something followed by something, and then what are the different combinations, and then you add, because it could be that or that or that. All right, yeah? And make sure your workings are really simple, and the layout is just so important, so that if you're making any mistakes, it's just going to jump out at you, yeah? All right. Next question. Feeling confident? Charlie is inspecting chocolates at his chocolate factory. He rejects chocolates that are the wrong size and also that are the wrong shape. The probability that a chocolate is the correct size is P. So the probability that it's the wrong size is 1 minus p. Yeah? The probability that the chocolate is the correct shape is q. So the probability of wrong shape equals 1 minus q. Okay? It helps to prepare as you're reading it, yeah, because I'm sure we're going to need that, yeah? The size and shape of the chocolate are independent events. Complete the probability. So the chocolate is the correct size and the correct shape. So it's like the correct size followed by the correct shape. So then you just know it's the probability of the correct size followed by the probability it's the correct shape. Yeah, so it's that easy. Okay, so don't let letters confuse you. Yeah, chocolate is the wrong size. So the wrong size is 1 minus p, and the correct shape is q. So we're going to write q and 1 minus p, just because I like writing the letter before the brackets. Yeah, okay. Chocolate is the wrong size and the wrong shape. So we've got those two. So we've got 1 minus p times 1 minus q. All right. Yeah, that was quite simple, wasn't it? It sounded complicated, but it works out quite simple as long as you just follow what you calculating, yeah? Then letters don't really seem to overwhelm you. Show clearly that these probabilities have a total of 1, which we know that the sum of all probabilities would be 1. So let's try that. So we've got PQ there, and then we've got plus, and we're expanding that, so plus P minus PQ. We can see that's going to cancel out. And then we've got plus Q minus, and always write it alphabetically, so minus PQ. And then we're going to expand this out, so I'll just do it on that side. So we've got 1 minus P minus Q plus PQ. Okay, yeah, and then I'm just going to add it on here. So I've got plus 1 minus P minus Q plus PQ. Okay, let's see what that all comes to. So that PQ minus PQ disappears. We've got plus P minus P disappears. We've got minus PQ plus PQ disappears. And we've got plus Q minus Q disappears. So all we're left is with that 1. All right? Yeah? Cool. Okay. The probability that a chocolate is both the correct size and the correct shape is 0.765. It's the correct size and correct shape. So we know PQ equals 0.765. The probability that the chocolate is the correct size, so the correct size is P, is 0.9. So then we've got 0.9 Q equals 0.765. And what's the probability that the chocolate is the correct shape? So you can see we're trying to find the Q. So we divide by 0.9. So Q would be 0.765 divided by 0.9. And if you do that on your calculator, you get 0.85. Okay? Yeah? All right. Again, can you see the layout of the workings? It's also simple. You don't work out there and then work out there and then work out there, and then suddenly you can't actually see the whole picture. All right. Yeah? Manageable, isn't it? Okay. Jim takes at random a tile. It just sounds funny. You think Jim takes a tile at random. Oh, he does not replace the tile, so not replace. Yeah, so remember that 1 less, 1 less. Yeah. Jim then takes at random a second tile. Calculate the probability that both the tiles Jim takes have a number 1 on them. Okay, so how many are they? And here I would just sort of write on the side here, I've got 2 1s, 2s, I've got 3 of them, and 3, I've got 2 of them. So in total, I've got 7. Okay, so the probability he takes the number 1 the first time, yeah, is probability he takes a 1 first time is 2 out of 7, because he's got 2 of them. And then the probability he takes a 1 the second time, yeah, is he'll have only one 1 left, yeah, and he'll only have 6 tiles left, yeah. So you can see it's that followed by that. So we've got 2 7s times 1 6 equals 2 over 42, which simplifies to 1 over 21. Okay, yeah. Good. Calculate the probability that the number on the second tile is greater than the number on the first tile he takes. So what combinations could we get? We could get 2, 1, so that's our second one, and that's our first one. Or we could get 3, 1, or we could get 3, 2. Okay, yeah. So the probability that we'll have to do it the other way around. Okay, so the probability he gets a 1 the first time is 2 7s, followed by the probability he gets a 2, so he's got 3 of them, but he's only got 6 tiles. Yeah, okay, and then we'll do the calculations and then figure it out. So the probability of getting a 1 first is 2 7s. The probability of getting a 3, he's got 2 of them out of 6. The probability he gets a 2 first is 3 7s, followed by the probability he gets a 3 is 2 6. Okay? And then you calculate, and then you know you don't have to think anymore. Yeah? And then we're just going to add them up. Okay? So here we have 6 42s. 2 times 2 is 4 42s. And here we've got 6 42s. And then we add them up and we get 12 and 4 is 16 42s. And we simplify it and we get 8 over 21. And that's our answer. All right, yeah, okay. You can see these questions are not complicated, but they are different. So you've just got to apply some logic. You've got to try and think of the various combinations. And then once you've got the various combinations, you know the followed by rule and the or rule. Okay? Join me in part 2 for some more exciting questions. And the probability of answering these kind of questions in an exam will be highly likely. Keep working hard, 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 hard. It's so worth it. And remember, you're in control. Until next time, take care. Bye.